everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, of course, I want to shout out all of the people who came in and decided to donate to the channel. I mean, y'all are so appreciated. I cannot tell you how much it means to me that you see something in my channel that you want to support. So let's get started with our shout outs and our super thanks. And first up is MLC. Yes, MLC came through because she wanted to support the channel and she saw something in my channel worth supporting, and that means everything to me. It does. So thank you, MLC. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And my girl Yulette came through. Yes, she did. Yulette, the faithful one. Yes, she is so faithful and she rides so hard for the read. I could not ask for anything more. She is the best. She really is. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Yulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And yes, Elegant Paws came through. Yes, Elegant Paws. She has been with me for a minute and she is so faithful. She is so funny. She is so feisty. She is very, very feisty. And I love that about Elegant Paws. She is just the best. And I am so thankful and so grateful that she is a part of this community. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Elegant Pals. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all, I'm going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. All right, y'all, I want to give another quick shout out to MLC, to Yulette, to Elegant Paws. Listen, thank y'all so very much. Thank you for taking the time to support the channel. It means everything to me. Like I said, y'all are the best. Y'all are. And I appreciate you so very much. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, thank you for being here and being a part of this community, the best community on these internet streets, and it's all because of y'all. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, it is a lot going on. Now, they're not smoking hot, but it's a lot going on. We have a lot to talk about. First up, we're going to talk about Meghan, her being outside. Now, I talked a little about it in my last podcast, and I said I was going to talk about it more in this one. Well, we're going to talk about it. And I'm telling you, Meghan is so sweet, so considerate. She is just a girl's girl. And this personality trait was on full display at this gala. Meghan was the quintessential girl's girl, and we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about Boris Johnson. He has done an opinion piece over there at the Fail, and he's talking about Harry and Meghan. I can't make heads or tails of it, but a lot of squatties have opinions about it, and we're going to talk about that. And it looks like Sophie and Edward are kind of in some hot water because you know their huge manor Backshot Park. Well, they rented from the Crown for a peppercorn rent, but it looks like they've been making a whole lot of money off of it too. So yeah, we're going to talk about that as well. And we're going to talk about how the former Home Secretary was enlisted to protect Andrew. Yes, the people in the government was protecting Prince Andrew, holding him up in his nonsense and shielding him from accountability. The same former Home Secretary that oversaw Harry and Meghan being stripped of their security. Yes, the very same one. Pretty Patel. Yes, her. I am not shocked by this at all, but we're going to talk about it. So we got quite a bit of stuff to talk about. We got, we always have some more stuff. I don't mention everything, but yeah, we have a jam-packed podcast. So what y'all need to do is lock in. Y'all know I'm not going to hold you long, but I will keep you entertained. And we're going to start with this. And look at this. This is Meghan having the time of her life. I love it when Meghan comes out and shows them that she is unbothered. She is unfazed by their nonsense. Look at these big smiles. I love it. I love it. This right here tears at the soul, their wicked souls. Every time Meghan smiles, and she shows up really, really enjoying herself and being unbothered. And this could not have happened at a better time because we're in the middle of a full-on attack of Meghan, a avalanche of nothing but lies and smears. The powers that be have decided that somehow this woman who minds her business is somehow a threat to that island nation, a threat to that family over there. I don't know who or what they have perceived her to be a threat of, but they definitely have designated her a threat. Yes, and they have launched a new avalanche, a new onslaught of nothing but smears towards her. And when she showed up, just smiling and looking radiant, this right here lets them know no matter what you do, you cannot touch me. And I just love it. This squatty posted about it and said, "A night of smiles and sunshine in Beverly Hills." Yes, yes, yes. It says, there is a specific kind of radiance that comes from doing good work with your best friend by your side. Meghan and Kelly McGee Zaffin was the picture of poise at last night's gala between Meghan's stunning look and Kelly's beautiful pregnancy glow. The cameras couldn't get enough, and neither can we. Simply breathtaking. Yes, I loved it. And Meghan gave this speech, no notes, just absolutely showed up and made a beautiful speech about her friend. I mean, it was everything. And like I said, it was perfect timing. And this squatty posted Meghan giving her speech and said, Meghan told the story of how her friend Kelly Zaffin and four friends founded the Alliance for Children's Rights, even before Kelly herself had children. Meghan sounds so proud of her friend, paying homage to Kelly, a private citizen who has made a huge difference in others' lives. Yes, Kelly has done more than Kitty. And Kelly is a private citizen. Kitty, future queen dumb as a rock, this is supposed to be her job. This is what she is supposed to do as queen, as the Princess of Wales. Them doing charity work has always been the justification of them being some use to the public, that they're supposed to go out and do good in the community and make the lives of their subjects better. Kelly has done more than Kitty, making people's lives better, and that's a fact. This is why I cannot wrap my head around the fact that these people still, these royalists, these monarchists, still make a case for keeping these people. That family is paid over $100 million in the sovereign grant. And let's not even talk about all the other benefits that they get. Y'all remember when that Republic group did a deep dive into the finances for that family? And they came up with that the British people spend over $500 million a year just to maintain that family. And a lot of it wasn't even counted, like the security and all that. It is enormous. The price tag for a family who goes out and barely does charity work. It makes no sense. When you say grift, that family over there are the biggest grifters in the world. They are. I don't understand why it continues to go on. But I digress. Y'all know I will go off on a tangent in a minute. But this particular squatty is talking about how beautiful Meghan looked. And they say royalists spend every minute editing Meghan's pictures and videos to try to make her look ugly. But even with all their edits and AI content that they do about her, they know that they can call her anything and everything, but never ugly. Look at Getty, honey. Yes, look at Getty, honey. Because Getty do not edit anything. Yes, Meghan looks gorgeous. And like I said in my intro, Meghan was there being the quintessential girl's girl. And this squatty posted about what Meghan was doing to highlight her friend. She came there to support her friend. This squatty said a photographer wanted a single picture of Meghan. Knowing it's Kelly's night, Meghan nicely said, no, not tonight. This is the same Meghan the UK media and the Rangers claim craves the limelight. That's why I have zero tolerance for the bitter morons who fall for the smear campaign. Exactly. Exactly. Meghan is a girl's girl. Always has been, always will be. And when put into position to test it, she's always going to prove that she is authentic. She is who she says she is. And that is a girl's girl. And I'm going to put this up. Meghan met these two young women. I think they were working at the venue that this gala was being held at. And she posted a picture of her friend, and Meghan. Yes, I think her co-worker and Meghan. Look at this. Meghan is so sweet. She really is. And this squatty that reposted said, the people who actually know and have met Meghan all say the same thing. She's beautiful and sweet. Exactly. The ones that don't know her and are jealous of her, and just her mere presence stirs up the demons in their spirits. Now, those are the ones who always have something negative to say. Yes, the jealous ones, the bitter ones, the ugly old hags. Yes, those. They never have anything good to say about Meghan because she makes them feel bad about themselves. Because Meghan is that girl. She has always been that girl. She will always be that girl. And when she gets tired of being that girl, Princess Lilibeth is going to take over and then she'll be that girl. Yes. So all I can say is it's no relief coming for you. Also, I went under the comments of this young lady's post that posted about she met Meghan. Squatties were in her comments warning her about the ugly old hags, the toadies, the trolls, and all of the derangers and the bitter, bitter haters, them skanks. Yes, they were warning this young lady about that. And they also warned her about the flying monkeys and how they'll come after her to get a quote in order to twist it against Meghan. So I was really, really happy to see squatties were coming in being very protective of this young lady. So yes, squatties was in there schooling her, and I was really happy about that. And Meghan also posted about meeting these two young ladies, and evidently they were in the bathroom and they were dancing. I guess they were trying to teach Meghan some moves. It is a very, very, very cute video. Meghan posted about it. You can go over to her Instagram story and there it'll be. Yes, it's so cute. And Megan just being a girl with all the other girls and just met them. Megan just fits in with everybody. And I love that about her. And this squatty posted about it and said, "Oh my goodness, if I had this vision in my presence, I would definitely break out dancing. BTS at the Beverly Wilshire." Yes, Megan posted about it. So cute, so cute. Go over to Megan's Instagram and check it out. And look at this, the Megan effect is in full effect. Megan's gown has sold out that she wore to this gala. This particular squatter is posting about it and says Megan has this influence that is unmatched, period. Last night wears a $3,890 Ralph Lauren dress. This morning, completely sold out everywhere. That is the power of the Duchess of Sussex. Her impact on the industry is a force of nature. And you know, designers are clamoring for Meghan to wear their designs because they know. You think they're not aware of the Meghan effect? Oh, yes, they know about the Meghan effect. And I bet Meghan just has the pick of the litter when it comes to designers who wants to dress her. Can you imagine? You, of course, you want to dress her because whatever she puts on her body, it sells out. I love it. And this squatty said, I read somewhere, maybe it was in Touch Weekly, that some clearly upset, unnamed Kensington Palace source wanted Meghan to stop trying to be like Kate. Megan couldn't be like Kate even if she did try. How can someone excellent all of a sudden become mediocre? It makes no sense, but does anything make any sense coming out of Kensington Palace? I think not. But this squatter goes on and says, on what planet does anyone think Kate could slay like this ever? Kate wishes she had a tenth of this much riz. Where is the lie? Where is it? Kate could never stand in front of this many people and just command the room. Make a speech with no notes from the heart. When has Kate ever did that? Never. When has Kate ever looked this good? Never. When has Kate dressed this good? Never. Kate is mediocre, and there's no way that they can make it any other way. Now they can lie and pretend like somehow Meghan is copying Kate. Only the brain dead would believe some nonsense like that. Speaking of the brain dead, future king and queen dumb as a rock. This is what was in Touch Weekly that this squatter was referring to. And you know it was planted straight out of Kensington Palace. That's all they do is reflect. All they do is to call other people out for what they are doing. And they know that they do nothing but copy Harry and Meghan. Look at this. It says Meghan Markle's constantly trying to compete with Prince William and Princess Kate. It needs to stop. Exclusive. Meghan is living her life on a whole different continent. How is she competing? Now, I could understand an article like this if she was living in the UK, but Meghan lives on the other side of the world. And here they are with this nonsense. I guess they don't want her to live her life. But you know what? They don't. After they found out who Meghan was, they wanted to stop her life. I believe that with everything in me because they know who Meghan is and Willie knows who he has as a wife. And because of that, this is why we're getting this avalanche of nothing but lies and smears here lately because Harry and Meghan are going to Australia and their excellence is going to be on full display to the world globally. And they know that they cannot compete where they cannot compare. So they come up with bullshites like this. And the squatty that posted this says, there's a clear slander campaign going on. It's obviously coming from the palace. This slander campaign is because Harry and Meghan are going to Australia. Variety now in Touch Weekly. This is a definite slander and hate campaign trying to ruin their trip, and it needs to stop. Yeah, stop that. Stop that. I mean, it's as if they don't want Harry and Meghan to exist on any level. What they don't seem to understand, the life that Meghan is living right now is the same life she was living prior to that family. Meghan is not moving any different. This is who Meghan is, and it's as if they want her to stop. It makes no sense. Meghan had a full life before she went over there across the pond, before she married into that family. And the life she's living now is that life. She added Harry to her life. She didn't change her life. Meghan has always been this girl, and they cannot handle it because Kate is a dud. She's mediocre. She is subpar. She's uninteresting. She has no personality. She is an empty vessel. She is a waste of space. And because Harry chose someone different than someone who would run a honeypot on him, they mad. They big mad. And they want Meghan not to be Meghan, which makes no sense. This squatty says she's not going anywhere. Not today, not tomorrow, not anytime soon. No matter the noise, the lies, the endless attempt to bring her down, she's still standing, still thriving, still shining. Get used to it. She will be here for a very long time. Where is the lie? Where is it? I mean, I cannot with these people. The audacity of these people really feeling like Meghan's mere existence is some kind of, I don't know, threat to them. Why won't you level up? If you feel inferior to someone, why don't you level up? Level up and stop worrying about what Meghan is doing. She's not competing. She is living her life. I mean, these people, I cannot with these people. I cannot with these people. Meghan does not need to go anywhere near Willie and Kitty. Those two, I would not give them 5 seconds of my time if I was Meghan, because these people are dangerous, because they are just as jealous and evil as they can be. And when you're dealing with someone who has such a level of malicious jealousy in their heart, to the point of you just existing, somehow makes them feel some kind of way. These people are dangerous. And this squatty said, when a picture is worth 1,000 words, who's winning here? Exactly. Meghan and Harry are winning. And that is the reason why Willie and Kitty are so mad. They have to roll around in those bone shaking carriages and live a life that they hate, all because they have done nothing with their lives. If it weren't for that monarchy, Willie and Kitty both would absolutely be on the side of the streets selling papers. These people do not, well, let me take that back. Kitty would. Kitty would be on the side of the road selling papers. Willie would, but Kitty would not, because Kitty knows how to run the honeypot. And she would have ran the honeypot on another dumb, unexpected, rich, and well-positioned man. And so she would pretty much be where she is right now. Because before Kitty secured Willie, the dumb one, Kitty was on the hunt. Yes, Kitty was trying to secure the bag. And she was going to survive. And she was going to find a rich man come hell or high water. So Kitty would have survived. No, Kitty absolutely would not be on the side of the road. But dumb Willie, if it wasn't for him coming out of a certain birth canal, Willie would be on the side of the road selling papers. He would, because he's dumb as a rock. And I'm going to put this up because it looks like Liz Jones has written another opinion piece about Willie and Kitty, and she has come for them again. Here lately, Liz Jones has been coming for them. She used to come for Harry and Meghan all the time, and I used to call her the woman who looks like she steals babies for a living. Because she looks like a woman who steals babies. She does, but I digress on that point. Yeah, she has been coming after Willie and Kitty, and it seems that she was not happy with how everything went down with the Nigerian state dinner. She felt that they were very performative, very stiff, very fake. And I am like, what? Have you not been paying attention? That's exactly who Willie and Kitty are. They're fake, they're stiff, they're performative. It's not a genuine bone in either one of their bodies. But this Whitey posted about it, and this is the article. It says, Liz Jones, why so many are now gravely concerned by this picture of Kate and William. Yes, so they're gravely concerned because they take pictures like they're statues and they walk around like robots. Yes, I love it. I love it because anybody who's been paying attention already knew this. And the squatty that posted this said, the way Kate and William fans move is actually unhinged. You have spent a whole week attacking everyone as jealous haters for pointing out how fake and curated these photos look. Now that Liz Jones is gravely concerned in the mail, are you going to send her the same death threats, or is the truth only hating when it doesn't have the tabloid byline? Get a grip. Now, number one, I did not know that the Derangers had went as far as to make death threats, because they never made one to me. Because if they did, they would get exactly what they're looking for. Now, I don't know if they come for the right people or maybe they don't come for the right people, but if they ever make a death threat towards me, I got some for that ours. I'll tell you that much. And I am going to call them on it. I want them to show up at my door. That's all I'm going to say about that. But they have really went off the deep end with that nonsense. Are they really threatening people's lives? But anyway, I digress. Yes, so they're saying, this Whitey is saying, because Liz Jones is saying it, why are you not keeping that same energy when Squatty's called it out? That's all she's saying, this Squatty. Yeah, where is the smoke for Liz Jones? And of course, Squatty's had something to say on the subject of this article. This Squatty says, the thing is, they do not have the depth to give anything else. It is not there to bring out, to shape, or mold. There is no steel, just awkward smiles and inauthentic interactions. Hence Boris Johnson's article, Laugh Out Loud. Now we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, it is nothing there to make anything of. They are empty vessels, the two of them. They are the very same person. Willie married someone just like him, dumb as a rock, with no personality, no sense of who they are, nothing. They are just absolutely void of anything that would make anybody interested in them. And the sad part of that is they have no self-awareness. They don't. They really think that they are interested. They really think people should be interested in them because of their positions, because of their titles. That is the reason why they think if they strip Harry and Meghan's titles from them, that they would fade into the woodwork. They don't even understand the fact that the reason Harry and Meghan are as popular as they are and people are interested in what they're doing is because they're interesting people. They don't get that. They really think that the crown and the they really think that the crown and the titles brings the people, brings the eyeballs. And if any lesson should have been learned by that family over there, by Harry and Meghan leaving, that right there is not true. And the next squatty said, now that I think about it, that couple has nothing to offer the public. Liz and Philip had mystique and charisma. Charles, Diana, and Camilla, you know. Willie and Kitty, a stalker turned wife, both pretty lazy, unable to be comfortable in the public, not relatable, and is hiding boring. Exactly, exactly. And the next one said, nothing, no strong work ethic, no general work experience, no passion apart from football and tennis, no mystique, and no clear plan of their purpose. They pushed out 3 kids, go on holiday, negatively brief the press about Harry and Meghan, and possibly still secretly hate watch Suits. You know they do. You know they do. And this last squatty said, their mystique is that they look like they haven't lived together in a long time. Woo! Now that one right there is a gem. And I'm gonna put this up. This is what that first squatty that commented was talking about when she said Boris Johnson. As you can see, this is what he tweeted out. He said, come back, Harry and Meghan. All's forgiven. Yes, still got that real jacked up mentality thinking Harry and Meghan owe those folks across the pond an apology, but still begging for Harry and Meghan to come back. You wonder why? I don't, because Willie and Kitty are absolutely failing at being the heir. Future king and queen dumb as a rock is failing, and they know it. And they know that they need the spark, they need the shine, they need the magic of Harry and Meghan. But it's too late now. Too late, too late. Harry and Meghan, why would they come back? And this week has been a perfect example of why they would never come back. Look at all the smearing, the lying, the planting of stories that they have done on Meghan. I mean, just blatantly lying on Meghan, trying to make her look bad, hating on her. Why in the world would Harry want to bring his wife and kids back to that? And especially subject his kids to that, because don't get it twisted. Princess Lilibet and Prince Archie will be the scapegoats for the Wells children. I would never even consider bringing my kids back to that torture. And I don't think Harry will either. Harry had to live through that. He was the spare. He was the scapegoat. He was the one that was being thrown under the bus. So I don't think he wants that for his kids. He has said it in interviews that you should want better for your kids, that Charles had told him that that's just the way it was. You can't change it. And Harry said that didn't make sense. And he went about changing it. I don't think he would want to change it back. I'm just saying. And here's the article that he wrote, his opinion piece. And the title of it is Boris Johnson, What Happened in My Manly Chat with Prince Harry, where I tried to talk him out of Mexit. Now, after all that has gone on, I have a simple message for both him and Meghan. And we know what the simple message is, and that is to come back and apologize, which is a joke. And this squatty posted that article and said, Boris Johnson telling Prince Harry and Meghan to come back and all is forgiven Many people in the UK, whether it is in UK politics or the establishment, are sensing that Britain isn't doing well. Isn't doing well in the national front, isn't doing well on the international front. They also feel that the monarchy is ending. Unfortunately, William Parker Bowles is so far up on his R's that he can't see that reconciling with Harry and Meghan are the only thing that he can do to turn things around. In order for that to happen, he needs to apologize, and he will never do that. Oh, yeah, they aren't coming back. British press is slowly fading too. They made their bed. All big papers are closing or making their staff redundant. Where is the lie? They are circling the drain. They know it. I mean, with every month, the Daily Fail is continuing to lose readers. They are. I mean, they are not even gaining readers on social media, on the internet. And that is the reason why a lot of publications went to the internet to be more accessible to their readers. But no, they are not making headway there either. They are becoming more and more unnecessary. They are failing. We gave them the right name, the Daily Fail, because it fails daily. And I just love it for them. And I agree with this squatty. They see the handwriting on the wall. And now they want to try to get Harry and Meghan to save them. And all I can say is, don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. Because if they did, they would not behave in the manner that they have behaved in this week. I'm just saying. And this squatty said, your media and royal family bullied Harry and Meghan out and have made the last 6 years of their life all about pain and punishment. So no, you are stuck with these two monsters. Live with it. Exactly. That's what I say. Live with it. And this squatty said, laugh out loud, sis. Forgiven? By who? Leave our faves alone. Y'all chose Prince Andrew. Stay with the pedo. Exactly. Stick with that. Stick with the plan. And leave Harry and Meghan alone. Leave them out of it. And this squatty said, you know SHIT is bad when they send the former prime minister to beg the irrelevant ones to come back. What happened to the perfect princess and the spotlight they demanded for her? Exactly. Because we all know it was all about that. That is the reason why you had such a big problem and still have such a big problem with Meghan. I can. Meghan left and let y'all have it. But unfortunately, the spotlight followed her. Who would have knew? And the squatty that reposted this said, yep, now that we have Spare, Harry's interviews, and the benefit of hindsight, it's clear to me that Charles' intention was never to push them out. He wanted to keep them in where they could be controlled. William and Kate, however, is a different story. They wanted to push Meghan and Archie out and keep Harry. William and Kate wanted all of the attention and headlines, and now they have it. Why isn't it good enough? Exactly. Could it be that they're not as good at the job as they thought they were? I think that might be the answer. And I'm going to put this up, and this is from GB News, and they're saying the Home Office nervous to reinstate Harry and Meghan's taxpayer-funded security in fear of public backlash. And the squatty that posted this said, GB News says that the Home Office is nervous to give Harry and Meghan security because of the backlash. Meanwhile, Kate and William get armed protection without question. Security isn't a popularity contest in the unequal system. And it also was on the front page of the Daily Telegraph. As you can see over there in the corner, it says Home Office tries to block new security for Harry. The Home Office now is trying to block it. I don't believe nothing that these people are saying. If anybody is trying to block it, it's Willie. And this squatty who posted it said Ravek committee briefing the press with a trial balloon. Quite something for a front page story to weigh the political risk of giving Prince Harry security that the police believe is absolutely critical due to the extent threat versus the potential political risk of his MURDER. Now, this is what I believe. I believe this is Kensington Palace trying to create controversy when it comes to giving Harry and Meghan security. I think this is Willie and Kensington Palace trying to put their thumbs on the scales of justice. Willie do not want Harry to have security. He doesn't. He doesn't want Harry and Meghan to have the freedom to come and go as they please into the United Kingdom. He doesn't want that. And because of that, he is trying to blow the whole thing up by leaking to the media, trying to get the public riled up. He knows by leaking to the media, they'll start having the panel discussions and the call-ins, and they want to try to just whip up the hate and get the public against Harry and Meghan. That is all this is about. Trying to use the public to create hate as justification to not give Harry and Meghan security. That's all this is about. Because my whole thing is, why leak this to the press? If this was not Kensington Palace, I feel they just would have quietly given his security back. And nothing would have been said, nothing reported. Because we all know they can shut that media down when they want to. They can keep a secret when they want to. They kept the secret of Prince Andrew, a prince of the realm, being a full-fledged pedo and having women of the night going in and out Effingham Palace. Now, you can't tell me that they can't keep a secret that Harry has received his security back. Stop it. This is Kensington Palace trying to keep up a mess. I'm just saying. And so this squatty posted that same front page and said, so what they are telling us is that the police and security officials believe it is absolutely essential that Prince Harry and his family have security while in the UK because of the existing threats. But some politicians on Ravek are against it. Harry asked to pay for it himself. He did. And my whole thing is, I hope smarter people step forward and tell them how all of this looks to the world. So you're telling me you're not going to give the king's son, a prince of the realm, security while you're continuing to feed, board, and protect a pedo? Is that what you're saying? Because that's not a good look. It really isn't. And that family hasn't been looking good for a while now. And to do this is only going to speed up the decline of that family. That's all it's going to do. I'm hoping common heads will prevail in this conversation and tell them that. Because it's ridiculous to have that kind of message out to the world that you rather protect a pedo than the son of the king. I can't. And this squatty says, no government, especially a Labor government, would want to endanger Diana's son and grandchildren. This government is one who pretty clearly has a better relationship with Harry and Meghan. The Tory government has been doing whatever the palace is telling them to do. So me thinks it's the palace who doesn't want Harry and his family to have police protection and trying to hide behind the Home Office. Nobody reacted seeing Andrew's police officers being with him and leaving with him when he was arrested. Pretty sure the vast majority of people would want Diana's son and grandchildren to be safe. It's the royal family who doesn't want them to. It's Willie. It's Willie. Like Meghan said in the Harry and Meghan documentary, it's your brother. It's your brother. It's your brother. I got so tickled when Meghan said that, but it's true. Is it not true? It says they don't want Harry to come and go in the UK as he pleases without controlling him. I just said that. Where is the lie? That right there is why Willie is trying to put a kibosh on this whole thing by leaking. He thinks he can whip up some hate in order to stop it because he knows he can't stop it because he knows he doesn't have the power yet to stop it. So he's trying to use the public as a way to justify not allowing Harry and his family to have security. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but that's my thoughts on it. And I'm going to put this up. This squatty said explosive, exclusive, the cover up exposed. And what she is talking about is how Priti Patel, who used to be the Home Secretary, absolutely protected Prince Andrew from being questioned by the FBI. Now, they didn't want nobody to know that. That's why I said this whole leak about Harry's security is bullshit. Because we know these people can keep a secret if they want to. And they can make things happen if they want to as well. So they are full of SHIT when they say that Charles had no hand in Harry losing his security. They need to stop. But this particular squatty posted this and said, leak reports reveal Dame Priti Patel blocked the FBI from questioning Prince Andrew over his links to JE. Now, what y'all think about that? I am not surprised. These people are so low that they can't even get any lower at this point. They have to dig a hole to get lower. This is despicable. This is why I said they all was in on it. All of them was in on it. That whole Tory government, that whole royal family, they worked in unison to cover up for Andrew. But yet and still, they couldn't do anything for Harry when his poor little wife was suffering, pregnant with their first child. They couldn't do anything to give her any kind of relief. Stop it. Stop it. And it goes on to say the FBI had documentary evidence suggesting that he knew about the sex trafficking, but the UK Home Office shut it down. What y'all think about that? What do you think about that? That is crazy. It says the most shocking part is alleged that Priti Patel used the prince as a bargaining chip, refusing the FBI interview unless the U.S. handed over Harry Dunn's killer, Anne Sekulas. And British readers, y'all help me on this in the comments, but I think this is the case where Anne Sekulas was there on a diplomatic visa. And because she was a diplomat or a family member of a diplomat, that they could not be prosecuted and they were allowed to come back to the United States. Now, the parents of Harry Dunn want Anne Sekulas expedited back to the United Kingdom so she can be prosecuted for his death. Now, it's my understanding she was drunk and she hit him with the car. If I am incorrect about that, please put it in the comments. And because of this injustice, and it is an injustice, that this Anne Sekulas have not been prosecuted or brought to justice in the death of this young man, Harry Dunn. But to use that as a bargaining chip, to try to save Andrew, how disgusting is that? but not shocking, because this is who these people are. This is what they do. They absolutely cloak for that family. I don't know why. These people are willing to prostitute themselves to the point where they'll do anything to stay in the good graces of that royal family. It is total brainwashing to me. But I digress. And because of the situation, his parents have been abdicating for her to return and face justice. And the United States and the United Kingdom has been at loggerheads about this particular case. So what they're saying is that the shocking part of this whole thing is that it alleged that Priti Patel used the prince as a bargaining chip for refusing the FBI interview unless the U.S. handed over Harry Dunn's killer, which makes no sense to me because one doesn't have anything to do with the other one. But she made it be about it because she did not want Andrew to be questioned by the FBI. And the squatter goes on to say, while the victims wait for justice, the Home Office was playing politics. Now the Met is circling as the JE files finally blows wide open. Is this the biggest royal cover-up in modern history? I believe so. I'm telling you, because when all of this shakes out, it is going to shake up the monarchy because they all knew. They all knew. That's the reason why Willie and Kitty been out working so much. They ain't never worked this much in their lives because they know that everybody else knows. They want to try to keep everybody gaslit. They want everything to stay the same. And they don't want people to pay attention to what's going on with that family. They covered up for a pedo. They did. And let's not forget, Prince Edward was named in the JE files. A 13-year-old girl dropped a dime on him, named him by name, saying that he was on JE's island. So that's another shoe to drop. They trying to pretend like that didn't happen, but we know it did. I'm just saying. I'm going to put this up, and this is a repost, and the original post says, Tory ex-Home Secretary Priti Patel blocked the FBI from quizzing Andrew over JE. Yes, and this squatter reposted that and said, well, well, well. The same Home Secretary who dismissed Meghan's racism claims participated in the removal of the Sussex's security while blocking the FBI from investigating the accused royal pedo. Yes, these people, I would say something, but I'm not going to say it. But these are the worst kind. These kind right here are the worst kind. The kind that are filled with so much self-hatred that they'll perpetrate other people's points of views, even though they know that that point of view that they're perpetrating is detrimental to their own people. This is who Priti Patel is. That kind of person. I cannot stand a self-hating woman of color because that's all this is about. I cannot. And this squatty said not only was Priti Patel blocking the U.S. from questioning Prince Andrew over his JE ties. In August 2023, Priti Patel and King Charles' private secretary Clyde Alderton was discussing a review to get taxpayers to restart paying for Prince Andrew's security. Yeah. They are head, shoulders, knees, and toes in all of this. They are dirty. They are dirty. And they want to try to distract from how dirty they are by using Meghan, as usual, as a distraction. But nobody's being fooled. We see you. We see you. I'm going to put this up, and this is a repost. And the original post says, things are starting to make sense. Pay attention and you'll see who the real offenders are. Hint, it's not the people outside of Britain with zero taxpayer funded operation. The Telegraph is already trying to deflect onto those outside of the institution. But this is the real story. Look at this. It says Duke raked in £130,000 a year subletting Royal Stable Block. Prince Edward. Yes, he got a wad, all right. And what the problem is here is that Bagshot Park, this big estate that he lives on, it's crown property, and he pays a peppercorn rent on it. And he has this huge property, and he sublet some of the stables for £130,000 a year. Now he's paying a peppercorn rent and charging other people £130,000 a year. At Bagshot, £130,000 a year. This is what he's making. I mean, is this not a grift? If it's not a grift, I don't know what a grift is. And the squatter that posted it said, a question occurred to me the other day. Have any of the royals ever done anything of note outside of being royal? They are all expensively educated and have plenty of leisure. Is there a book, a scientific discovery, an original thought or idea between the lot of them? No, absolutely not. They have never had an original thought. That is the reason why all of them, when I say all of them, I mean all of them, copies Harry and Meghan. When Harry was there, that's all they did was take his ideas and use them and put their names on it or put their names with it. I mean, that's all they had ever done. Haven't you noticed no new ideas has come out of there since Harry left? And all they do since Meghan joined that family is to copy her. So it's no originality there to be seen or had when it comes to that family over there. And it goes on and says Prince Anne won Olympic gold. Aside from that, a noteworthy achievement, they've opened supermarkets and patronized some marmalade. That's it. Yep, that's about it. And this squatter reposted that same post and said, so it's even worse. They might face plant when the Parliament's Public Accounting Committee looks at their case. I can see a scenario where they are made to repay all the money. It's not unheard of. Well, I will be shocked. I will be shocked because we all know they have been able to grift and grift and grift. And like I said, they can hide stuff. When they want to, they can hide it. When they want to keep things quiet, they can do that too. They can do whatever they want to when they want to. But when they don't want to, they want to pretend like they are powerless. So I will be looking and sitting back and waiting to see exactly what happens with this, because as you can see, it says stables next to 120 room main house, 120 rooms. And they were up there counting Harry and Meghan's bedrooms and bathrooms in a house that they paid for. And these people are living in Crown Estate, have 120 rooms, okay, and paying a peppercorn rent. And it says stables next to 120 room main house leased from the Crown Estate at Bagshot Park, Surrey, has been let out with profit going to the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh rather than taxpayers. It says the building currently has no tenants. It appears to be taken off the market around December when the Public Accounting Committee began asking questions about the financing of royal homes. Yeah. I am going to be interested in how all of this shakes out. And if it goes like it usually goes, we will never hear of it again. And I'm going to put this up. Look at this. Cookie Queen just keeps on winning, y'all. It won the audience award at South by Southwest. It did. The film festival. It did. It said, wait, what? The People's Choice? Wow. Cookie Queens just announced as this year's South by Southwest Festival Favorite Audience Award. Congratulations, Alicia Namias, Prince Harry, and Meghan. Cookie Queen just keeps on winning, and so does Meghan, and so does Harry. I love this for them. I do. I really, really do. Y'all know Meghan is going to do a cameo in a movie. Now, I don't know what the name of the movie is. If you know, put it in the comments because they didn't say what the name of the movie was, but I think it's Close Personal Friends. I think that's the name of the movie, but yeah, I can't wait, y'all. Just so many nice things are happening, good things are happening, and that is why they are initiating this smear campaign because they don't want Meghan to continue to be successful. All I can say about that is this: Meghan is like a train going downhill. She's picking up steam, baby. She is picking up steam and getting faster and faster. And it's nothing that you can do about it. You either get out of the way or get ran over. I'm just saying. And y'all know I love to end on a positive note. So I am going to end with a quote from our Prince, Prince Harry, and what he said about our Duchess. In Spare, he said, for 32 years, I watched a conveyor belt of faces pass by and only a handful ever made me look twice. This woman stopped the conveyor belt. This woman smashed the conveyor belt to bits. Prince Harry in Spare. Yes. So we're going to end with that, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.